Good evening everybody, I hope you're well. Welcome back to another video. Now I know hopefully you've seen my most recent video where I am currently training for the Mallorca 312. Charlie, my partner, is actually training for the 167 and tomorrow we're heading out with the local group ride and it's going to be like the final sort of icing on the cake for preparation for the Mallorca 167. So we're going to follow along tomorrow. We're going to hopefully have a good long day on the bike and learn lots of things, but also test lots of things too. So that's what this video is going to be about. It's not really about me, it's going to be more about the process of getting Charlie to the start line of the Mallorca 167. So I hope you enjoy this video of the ride tomorrow, the preparation and everything that goes into it. So we all know that a good day on the bike, or definitely a long day on the bike, starts with preparation the night before. So we have managed to get everything Charlie needs in the back of a jersey already, and a gilet. So tomorrow is actually looking half decent here. It's going to be like 10 degrees, so we're going to brave it with shorts to start with, and we're going to have a gilet. Gilet is like one of those cycling items that like packs down really well, doesn't it? And you can like chuck it anywhere. Specifically, where do I like to chuck it?
Down the back of your jersey, between your shoulder blades.
Which like you probably see like a lot of the pros do on TV, where they just chuck it down the back of their jersey. It saves you like stuffing it down your pockets, especially if your pockets are already full. This is the jersey laid out already. So we've got pump, we've got 2 bars in there, we've got 2 bars in there, plus 4 or 3 actually, 3 packets of these energy chews from Velo Forte. We're not sponsored, by the way. You just really like them, don't you? Yeah, that's always a bonus when it doesn't upset your stomach. So 40 grams of carbs in these, 40 grams of carbs in each of the bars, and we've also got something handy on the bike too. So I've lent Charlie my little top tube bag, which has 4 of the Velo Forte bars tucked away in there too. Tomorrow's a good chance, 15 days out from the 167, the Mallorca 167, to test all of these things. So the biggest thing that will make or break your ride, obviously like the training leading up to it, but the other thing is nutrition. So you know, that's why I wanted to show this now at the start of the video, because it is really that important, like trying to get...
Got my bagel.
Oh, your bagel. So I feel like this video is going to be a pretty long one, but stick with it. It should be quite an entertaining one as well, because it's going to be a full day of like riding, filming, laughs, hopefully.
Try.
Does look like a flying saucer.
Yeah.
Charlie's mum has sent us a
loaf of sourdough bread.
just a standard loaf.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's homemade, isn't it?
Good morning, Charlie. How you doing? It's a lovely day. It's a little bit of wind out, but it's a nice day. Castles on the site.
Oh. Yeah, cool.
Because we're in the Brecon Beacons, there's like the hilliest section of the ride, this big, well, it's more like a long drag that we've just done, but we are so far on average speed target, which is 24.1 kilometers an hour to be exact, or 15 mile an hour. So that is also going well, and we're about to hit a really nice road down into HuntTV, which is very fast and the main road, so hopefully together as a group we'll move along nicely. There's some absolutely sick scenery up here. I think Keith said this is like Usk Reservoir or close to Usk Reservoir, so we're sort of dancing along the top of a mountain range from Llangadog to Dracastle, and it's probably one of the best untouched roads in the area. So anyone that knows Charlie will know that when she was a student in university a couple of years ago, her cycling was like quite inconsistent for about 2 to 3 years, and so she's been slowly building back up the time in the saddle, and now like this year is her first year to have sort of any kind of cycling goals. She's so involved in it now, and she's so like, it's the enjoyment, and you know, most of that is partly down to the community both here in real life and both, you know, you guys online, and you know, she's really enjoying it again, and having those goals to train for. I'm sure we can all relate to it. How's it going so far, Charles? You've done 2.5 hours. How's you feeling?
I feel okay. Like, I think I'm starting to get a bit of heart rate drift now.
Yeah, but remember the target was to go fairly hard in the first 2 to 3 hours, so
yeah, I feel okay.
all is well so far. All is well so far. We're going to crack on, and we're out on the Brecon Beacons in a minute, so it doesn't get much better than what you see behind us. There's a nice view that way.
Might come after red face. Reality of living and training with at Laverack.
So I'm not going to vlog much on this road because it is the very busy A40 and I value my life. So you're finishing off your peanut butter and jam bagels, going down a treat. It's a fast road into Llandovery now, and we're sat on the back of the group. We've done our fair share of work. So we've done 70 kilometers in 3 hours, so a little bit shy of 50-mile target for 3 hours, but we're getting there. Oh, this is Llandovery. It's a wonderful little town, I suppose you can call it. Got a couple of shops, high street, popular with motorbikers. Sorry, I'm going to be a pain in the bum now and start asking you questions. The people want to know, Charles, the people want to know. So we're going to Llandoilo now via Llandovery.
Yeah.
So how have you found it so far?
Yeah, okay. Like I'm just fatigued from being sat on a bike for like 3.5 hours.
Cafe stop soon though, don't worry.
Yeah.
Energy wise though, you're alright though, just legs are a bit sore, obviously.
Yeah. Just enjoying being like in the group now and trying to recover a little bit.
Yeah, recover is the word of the day. Up here on the curb. Left. Oh yeah. 100k in 25k an hour, so bang on 4 hours. Charles, talk us through your choice of... No, I mean, like, where's the cake? Why have you gone savoury?
Because I
what a
can't
sin.
eat anything else sweet. I get really fed up of sweet stuff on the bike.
I'll eat your sweet stuff, don't worry.
Yeah.
I've got what was it? What cookie was it?
I don't know. It looks like an oatmeal cookie.
Ooh. I don't think it'll pass the Phil Diamond test though.
Like that, I didn't realise.
What is it?
Pork and sage, apparently.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
Proper coconut macaroons, thanks.
Are they good?
Lovely.
Charlie wants me to steal this one and wrap it up. I'm gonna take it home. You thief, Charles. Stealing the last coconut cake.
So current stats, we have these last few climbs coming up. Stats. Everyone loves stats. So if you're ever in the Llandilo area, look no further than Pitchfork and Provision for your coffee supplies, because well, they also do a good sausage roll as well too.
Okay.
I'm not just saying that because Clifton Coffee is served up there, but I am a little bit. There's a discount code down below if you want to pick some up. So fully caffeinated. I've actually had 2 flat whites, so I'm going to be. I need a Strava segment to go for. They also took pity on us and they gave us some coconut macaroons.
Oh, they're so good.
And there was a few left over, so my pockets are like full. I've got like 2 in my back pocket, 2 in my handlebar bag. So like I'm just a walking coconut macaroon carrier. Slight hiccup there with the puncture. The clouds have changed colour. They're going a bit thick and, well, very ominous looking. It's gonna rain, isn't it? Yep. It's just when. And are we gonna make it back before it rains? So we've done probably the flattest section of this route, which is a long way. There's a lot of flat. We're now about to turn sort of inland, and we've got 45k to go. And we got to go through the Gwendraeth Valley, which is where I spend most of my time training. There's a couple of climbs, but there's one in particular that's a bit savage, and it's right near the end, so we're going to knuckle in the next hour or so. The famous Poland climb. Ethan Hayter and Richie Port have got the joint KOM up here now. If you're enjoying Charlie's exploits, give this video a thumbs up to show some support. I'm kind of acting pace partner today, and these climbs late on, I said to her I would just ride at roughly her threshold power, so you know, anywhere kind of between 160 and 180 watts, and she can kind of base her effort on the climb off of where I am, so she doesn't have to stare at numbers. But I was saying, like, if she can ride anywhere near those numbers now, you know, after 5 hours of riding, then that's a really good sign for her. So just giving her something to aim for and something to keep her motivated. Woo! Me and Anthony had a puncture here once. Okay. And we just hung a saddle on the pump as the back wheel was off, and it was like a makeshift mechanic stand.
Should have put arm warmers on.
Well, on, Charlotte, that last climb is like a, well, it's like a mountain when you get to the end of a ride, I guess, isn't it? Yeah. So 5 hours 45 minutes in, and we just have to go up the Minke, which is it's a savage climb anyway. We're going up it at the end of, well, 140 kilometers. Just 20 kilometers to go, maybe. We're doing well, we're holding on to a 15-mile-an-hour average. It's always good when you can end a ride downhill and then the last 20 kilometers are flat. I mean, although this ride has been, you know, 100 miles, like, the big accomplishment here for Charlie is that the hills that we've done at the end here are nothing like what she'll have in the 167 in Mallorca. Like, in the last 30 miles it won't be climbs as savage as these, so it's really comforting to see that she's handling it even at the end of a ride like this in Wales. Well, this seems very fitting. We're coming into the last mile of the ride and we're on the coast, which is obviously what we get in Mallorca as well. Although hopefully the sun will be out in Mallorca and it'll be scorching rather than 12 degrees and I could barely feel my hands. 161. 161. Way!
I've got 160.9.
Yeah, yours is about to go to 161. That's 100 miles.
Hey!
Good job, Charles. Well done.
Thank you.
So first of all, your modelled FTP has gone up by like 5 watts. So you're now at 190 FTP. So you're getting close to the magic 200. You also did a bunch of personal best, a new best 4-minute power.
Really?
By like 20 watt. It was a while then until we got to the big climb, like up onto Usk Reservoir, 9 kilometers at 3%, 36 minutes. You virtually rode at threshold for 35 minutes, and that was like almost bang on. Like that effort was 2 hours in. Yeah, there's like a 15-minute section early on that road where it dragged, where you were like well over threshold, like 105% of FTP. So you were definitely doing what we spoke about by going deeper early on.
I think, yeah.
I think the idea of the day was to set your stall out so that like you would go deep early on, so that you'd put yourself in the position where you'd have to fight it at the end.
Yeah.
Whereas we know in Mallorca, like you'll have to fight early on because of the climbs, but you won't have the climbs that we had late on today in Mallorca. So you could kind of switch off a little bit. Like once you got those done, like after we got over the moors and then we hit like that fast main road, we averaged like 30 kilometers an hour for a whole hour and a half. And your intensity factor came right down, so you were only like 70% of your FTP, or working around that area. So as far as like the hardest part of the ride was like that first 2.5 hours, where your intensity factor was the highest it was throughout the whole ride, of like between 86 and 90%, which for like 2.5-3 hours is like, it's tough going. Well, that climb was from bottom to top was 15 minutes. It was 15 minutes at 7.5%, but you were still riding 90% of your FTP.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind you've been riding for almost 6 hours at that point. To ride 15 minutes just below FTP is still like a lot of work to like try and accomplish. So it's
okay, didn't I?
You did alright. Yeah, cool. So if you've got any advice for Charlie, or even myself actually, for Mallorca, let us know. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're gonna have a big pasta meal now, aren't we? Yeah. And we'll sit down and watch Pirate Bay, I think. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.